Hello, my name is Shadley and welcome back for another episode of Anbennar and EU4 as Zurkanrek. In previous episode, we took a decent chunk of the Centaur lands once again in the Forbidden Plains over here, but we of course ended the war right after the peace deal, so our armies are still in there, so let's stop the autonomous sieging in there, because I don't think you'll be doing a lot of sieging there until the next war. And I suppose what we'll do is we'll transport this one. Actually, no, we don't need to transport it over. We're going to be building a new army, actually. Because we've got a decent bit of extra capacity for troops, so, you know, might as well utilize it. So we'll start building another 10,000 man army there, and we've got a lot of coring to do. I'm just going to start coring all of that, I think. And then we've got a decent bit of money that we could use to start upgrading the canal city to the last level, which is going to be quite a bit of extra trade power. That's a barracks? Okay, never mind. So yeah, we're going to build that one up to the top level. That also increases the global trade power a little bit and defensiveness in here, which already is 65% for defense there, so that's not too bad. It's going to be a difficult one to siege down for sure. Oh, and oddly enough, they're no longer a valid rival now. Well, that's no surprise there. Let's take a gander at the trade depots. There is something that is 11 points. That's 7 points over there. I mean, we could probably just put that in there for now. And then I suppose another thing that we could do is, because we are still well ahead of time in the tech, although we did take the mill tech already for the previous war, but right now we're still quite a bit ahead of time in diplotech, so what I could do is actually just increase the development over here a little bit. Although actually, before we go any further, we should probably put in the development cost modifier in here, and then we can develop a lot of this area. But anyway, let's get this to at least 25 total. There we go. So now we could upgrade this one to level 3 if need be. Not that it's necessarily needed right now, but it probably wouldn't be too bad. And we are already annexing the second vessel. Oh, you're offering to sell me a province, eh? Oh, that one. Okay, sure. I'll pay 100 ducats for that. I can start coring that one as well. If you've got any more than provinces to sell me, I'll more than gladly buy them. Because they might be having some problems with the peasant revolts over here, so I mean, I don't think they'd be selling this area in the first place, but it would be nice to get a bit more territory in here. And of course, is that a... Oh, it's only 3 development. Okay, so it was a relatively high price per development overall, but we've got the money. Oh, and Shade Granary has expired. How is... Oh, someone declared war on these guys again. Oh, it's the Dangan over here. They're fighting few enemies. I suppose if they start destroying some of our neighbors in here, or at least reducing their size a little bit, that might actually be in our benefit, because that would then allow us to maybe vassalize a few more. Now, if we do have a look at the vassalization, we don't have anyone that would be willing to take the offer. Now, we've got a few nations over here that might be taking it if they went either too large, or, okay, well, actually, there's these two that are too large, and then this one, we own some core provinces over there, so they wouldn't be willing to become a vassal. And then over here we got minus 31 on the next one. If we increase our production and base tax development total, we might be able to get the modifier down enough so that if we, or when we increase our... Oh, troll refugees? Sure, I'm going to let them in. We've had a lot of troll refugees already. This one I'm going to put at the sort of back end there. So the idea, actually, we could probably move in our main fleet down that way as well. Maybe move it into the canal city. But like the idea is that we'll have... Oh, we're going to get another 10,000 men from our vassal, aren't we? And we got a new government reform available. So we're going to also have advisor cost reduction and another possible advisor. Or minimum autonomy in territories minus 10%, or we can get a free diplomatic policy, and I'm going to take that one because we've already got one fairly decent diplo policy over there that we can put in. So ship trade power increased by 40%. That is brilliant. And then the last reform over there, we're probably going to go for the reinforced Republican values, because it's going to give us a free admin policy as well, and re-election cost is minus 10%, so we can re-elect a little bit more often. But getting the admin policy to... For example, put this one in, more goods produced and production efficiency, which means a lot more money for us. Speaking of money, we're getting over 50 ducats per month right now, which ain't too bad. Well, crowns per month, I suppose. Oh, new coin. We can probably have a little bit of inflation, actually. And we did our mission, so that gives us a bit of power. We got a bit of potential revolutions brewing down here. As well as what I could do is just put in a little bit of rebel suppression in here. For some of these armies, at least. You could suppress the rebellions down here. And then you can suppress the rebellions further east over here. So that should at least reduce the rebellion likelihood. It's still probably going to... Oh, and we lost one of the generals here. That's a bit of a shame. Now, we have got on a new patron, so we can probably give him a general. There we go, so 2142. I mean, it's not too bad. I suppose we could also get some more claims on the our neighbours in here. So let's actually go ahead and... I think... What we're going to do is we're going to start pushing further south, so we can push across the Serpent's Spine over here. And of course, eventually we'll start pushing further west as well, so we can enter into the mountains. But right now, I think what we're going to do is we're going to get a claim right there. And later on we can get more claims over here. But we'll just keep claiming the stuff from the Centaurs as long as we can. We've still got a truce with them for another, oh wow, 14 years. And that's one of the colonies done. And troll tolerance increases. Do we have the... Oh, we got the colonies right there, okay. I don't think there's any more colonies that I can do in here, though. Unless maybe up here, but we can't see them. And I think someone's colonized it already. So that's none of my business then, I suppose. But once we've done with the colonies, we can start reducing the estate things that we have for them. So the missions in new lands, for example, and also the colony charters. Although, how close is the... Oh, that is almost done. Okay, so I could probably just remove this one already. We'll be reducing the penalty for the absolutism. I mean, admittedly, we're still going to be below 0 most likely, even if we remove a lot of those. But max absolutism is currently 51.2. We're slowly working on improving it, but it's not going to be any... Oh, we can actually see it right there. And we can get another core done from the new colony here. Is there any more? No, there's not any more states. Also, are we actually doing any annexation in here? Not really. Do we have a diplomatic reputation advisor? We do. So it should be slowly getting better. I suppose what we could do is we could upgrade these advisors a little bit. Especially the admin mod would be quite nice to get the admin tech. And I think the next idea group that we're going to take is going to be another military idea. And I think the two notable possibilities are the plutocratic and offensive ideas. We don't really need the defensive one, because we're mostly attacking at this stage. And quantity ideas, well, you know, it would allow us to build a bigger army, but we don't necessarily need that. But offensive would give us more discipline and more pips for the leaders in general, like fire and shock, which already would be quite useful. Oh, and there goes the other colony. There we go. I suppose one thing that I can do with the colony still is just upgrade a lot of the low-level... Like, for example, this... Well, actually... How much would it be over here? Oh, it's actually a pretty good chance of upgrading. So yeah, we'll put one in there. And then now, can we remove that one? Not yet. I'm not going to seize land because, well, actually we could seize land, but I probably shouldn't if we want to remove some of these privileges. Well, mostly the missions to new lands. And for that, is that actually... Independent clergy is going to... Okay, that is going to last for quite a while. Giant summoned is going to expire in... few years. Okay, so we'll just keep it as is. I mean, it's the equilibrium should be going up a little bit currently, but it's not going to be too massive. We could get the Diplotech, but again, I don't think we necessarily need that right now. I mean, it's going to bring a new galley type. Speaking of ships, though, I suppose we do have the fleet down. Is it this one? No, there's galleys that have been hunting pirates. Right, I know that we've got a trade fleet over here somewhere. Oh, there it is. So if I was to bring this one down here, for example, and upgrade the fleet, should be fairly cheap overall. Yeah, 91 ducats, so that's not too bad. And we're going to get another core for the colony that we just had. And is that state now? Oh, it was stated already. Okay, so never mind. Well, hopefully going to get up... Oh, comet sighted. I wish I lived in more enlightened times. So there goes a bit of stability, but oh well. So we are going to have a revolution or revolt over here in the Centaur territory soon. We've got a lot of coring to do in there still, but luckily we've got plenty of armies in here that should be able to deal with the rebellions if they fire. There we go, first core already done. From the newly conquered territories, I believe. Actually, there might be some other cores that we already got on, but there... Okay, that's another one just completed. And the Federation... Oh, there we go, so there's the revolt. Okay, so that's 23,000 men. I think with these two armies I can defeat it. Oh, and that was a quick one. Well, that's the end of that revolt. Bring these troops back towards the home. And actually, can we get another manufactory somewhere? I don't think we can right now. No, we need one more month and then we could... Just to increase the income even further. Because with the extra advisor cost and all that, we are paying quite a bit extra. Oh, we're pretty close to max deploy points, so... I think what we're going to do, we are just going to develop some more lands. Actually, let's have a look at the development screen over here. So, production value, that would be fairly nice. That can get a bit of a level, that's going to get a little bit... Not going to necessarily increase the grain production, quite frankly, but there we go, we've got a little bit... Oh, and right, we've got our 10,000 man army here. Is the annexation advancing at all? Or are they... No, it's not really advancing. We've got a pretty bad deploy reputation right now, which actually, why is that? Oh, because we got the war right, but which we can't use because of the bug. And, or the sort of deadlock in there. And then we got the annexation modifier from the previous vessel, which is going to expire, hopefully, in about 3 years, okay. Hey, we got a base X over here. As well, this is a place that I might want to build another... workshop at some point. Oh, there's a lot of cores. That might increase our income a little bit. Now, of course, they're not fully cored yet. But we're at least a little bit closer, and is that... Well, it didn't increase our income all that much yet. But I suppose since the autonomy didn't drop all that much in the end. So far, but at least it's something, and I suppose I could get another claim over here against the Centaurs, which are currently fighting against Seadown over here. Oh, and yeah. They are definitely sieging down it. There's a lot of artillery and cavalry, as the Centaurs do. I don't know if they even have infantry available, to be fair. I mean, they're Centaurs. They are cavalry themselves. So yeah, I suppose that makes sense. I think at this stage we are going to take the techs, though. Like those two, and then get the idea group. I think offensive idea... Let's actually have a look at the... So that would be trait efficiency and movement speed, and artillery combat ability, as the policies there. And plutocratic ideas, that would be more merchant and regiment cost reduction, and national tax modifier and yearly repopulated tradition. So, honestly, the latter one over there might not be a bad one. It does increase morale on armies, gives an extra merchant, goods produced modifier, less development cost, manpower recovery speed, institution spread, and merchant guilds loyalty equilibrium. I think we are going to take that one, actually. We can almost start doing that, although the mercenary stuff over here isn't really that useful for us. We can start doing a lot of conversions again. Well, let's just start converting whatever is the fastest. How many buildings? No, we only got 2 buildings underway right now. And there's the first one. That's a little bit further. I mean, we are still way ahead of time in Militech anyway, so we can let that be for the time being. I suppose, right, we could actually probably save... Oh. Who are you? Oh, it's the small bit over here. Sort of a wedge inside Grombar. Still got pretty good chance with the colonists to increase development, so that's good. I think once we reach like 10 development in there, we're going to switch to another place. And try to get everything to 10 development total. So what we'll probably do is we'll save up a little bit of money to upgrade the Enterport over here into World Trading Port. And manpower-wise, we're still doing pretty nice. There's not really a lot of enemies that we can declare wars on right now. It's only the Centaurs, really. Oh, and our Grand Captain has died. Is there any... Right, so there's a Discipline Advisor for defense. I think the Discipline Advisor would be probably pretty smart on. Or Land Fort. No, I'm going to go for the Discipline one. Look, promote that to level 3. Base manpower increases. So this one is developing quite quickly, actually. Which is definitely good news for us. We've still got about 2 years before the annexation over here will continue. And then we can maybe annex the vessel. So how is our standing within the Federation? Also, Do we still need the admin focus? Probably not. Oh, treasure fleet departs. And we are going to sneak past them. It might not work, but it's worth a try. We're going to get a spy network construction advisor, but we need the Diplo reputation right now, so we're going to hold on to that one. I suppose we'll just take the prestige, which puts us to full prestige. And I suppose we may have gotten a tiny bit of extra splendor for that, I'm not entirely sure. We've got 80 Republic tradition, so we could probably either keep this current one. Why is the trade? Bubbling with food. Okay, so not keeping that one. Noted. We're going to take a military candidate for now. Oh, an admin. Okay, that's actually quite nice. So a bit of mill points and... Ooh, zealot. More missionary strength. So the conversions are going to go a lot faster, which is definitely good news for us. Now, how much more ships could we have? We could have a few more. Oh, that reminds me. Ships. We have these ships over here upgraded. So let's put these back to protecting trade over at there. I didn't realize that you can actually click on the things there. Oh, I had done that before, but I kind of forgot that. There we go. We're making 50 ducats per month again. So that part of the reduction in income must have been just the ships not being there. But they will be there again. And the vassal payments aren't all that big. The inflation... Oh, wow, that is going down rather rapidly, isn't it? 0.25% per year. So, yeah, that's not going to be a problem for much longer. A few years, and it'll be done. Right, so... Oh, looks like our side is actually... Well, the Federation side is actually seizing down the enemies in there. I mean, good on them, I suppose. But I think in the next war against the Centaurs, we're going to take these two states at least... And then maybe get a little bit more land in here. Speaking of states, though, I suppose since we've got a lot of points already, we've got still plenty of government capacity available. So let's have a look at the states that we don't have already. I suppose that one's one. So there's... Is this one? That one's a full one. I'm going to make that one into... It's a fairly small province, admittedly. We're going to make that into a state. And then over here we've got a... Well, not that much bigger one. We're going to make that into a state as well, because then we can start upgrading the trade port over here to level 2. But it doesn't have the development yet to take that. But I suppose we could increase the base tax there a little bit, maybe a little bit production. And then we can upgrade this one. Gives a little bit more power in here. Admittedly, we don't have all that much yet. But I suppose if we were to get a little bit more land in here somewhere... Oh, there we go. Base tax increases in the colony. Is that level 9 now? No, it's 8 development. Okay, so we're getting close, though. Oh, statesman died. Well, oh, is that... That's the... Oh, that's the Diplo reputation advisor. Well, we got another one. Let's hire you. That does delay some of the things, though. Is the annexation actually progressing at all? Oh, it is. Okay, our reputation has improved. Did the... Oh, maybe the war... No, the war right hasn't expired. We've probably just gotten a little bit more of our Diplo reputation back, regardless. Yeah, no, we've still got the war right, annexed subject, and all that. It does remind me that... Oh, trade protection. Okay, we could seize lands, but I'm still waiting for the clergy to reduce their influence a little bit. Although I suppose there's not that much in there. Right, well, we'll just have it that as is. You want to go through my lands? Sure. I suppose you control a lot of this region in here, so that kind of makes sense. Oh, and now we can upgrade this one to level 3. There we go, a bit more local trouble. Oh, there we caught. Okay, so we didn't get quite as much money, but we got a little bit at least still. And then did we... Is there any more good workshops that were... Oh, that's a really good workshop. That's a pretty good one as well. Let's get those underway. That's going to increase our income even further. It's not going to be like a massive boost, but it is going to be a boost. Speaking of boost, though, we're getting almost 58 ducats per month now. That's quite nice. I suppose the new states definitely helped. Troll Minister. Right, either Treasurer or Master Recruiter. I'm just going to increase the tolerance of the trolls, although I believe we got pretty good tolerance already. Successful bureaucracy, more admin points, that's always nice. And then there's 2 more states that we could do. How is the government governing capacity? Still got about 120 to spare. I suppose, is it this one? Okay, this one's the one that it's a bit higher development there, so let's just make that into a state. get a little bit more out of there. Mage of Renown. Every now and then a mage of true talent makes themselves known to the realm and the world beyond. We're blessed to have such an esteemed and powerful individual in our realm. Simple acknowledgement of his nature as one of us would be enough to please the mages of our country, though we could give such a talented individual support and strengthen the mages of our country even further. We could have that as a court mage. We've already got a level. I suppose it might be slightly cheaper. We could spend a lot of money to increase the loyalty and influence of the mages. Or, you know, well, just get the prestige. Keep it coming. So you want to go through my land, so I'm guessing the war over here has... No, it hasn't ended yet. But you're not in the war. There's a lot of nations wanting to go through my land, so how is our... Oh, there we go. The war just ended. So I wanted to check the influence options over here. So vassalization, because that is getting a lot closer now. Of course, our reputation is improving, so that's definitely helping. We haven't increased the government rank yet, although I believe we are... Oh. We're getting pretty darn close. Well, okay, we're 70 development away still. But we are getting closer and closer, for sure. Is there any other areas that we should be leveling up here? I suppose this one shouldn't be too expensive. Developing this with some production is probably not a bad idea. We can probably get this to 30 development total quite easily, so that's going to be a little bit more money from there. Oh, there we go. The annex subject has expired, so now the annexation of our existing vassal should be going a lot faster. Conversion successful. There we go. That's another conversion done then. So it takes about 2 years and a little bit extra. Oh, and we're going to get the morale of armies upgraded. Good. That's now underway, so we could almost build up another army, although I suppose once the annexation is done, which does remind me, maybe we should send in the fleet on this side already. So that we can just send it in there. Oh, actually, there's a bit of upgrades that we can do in here. Only 180 ducats, so that's not too bad. And in about 2 or 3 months, we're going to start building another manufactory, I reckon. We're just going to build as many of those as we can. Profiteering. Right, one of the... Actually, which one was it again? Oh, it's the green one over there. They would hate us a bit more. Or we get more... Well, you know what? We can probably take the goods produced. Oh, we lost a major. Okay. There's the production efficiency. That's a pretty decent advisor. Sure, we'll go with that one. That should all... Oh, 66 ducats per month now. Yep, that's not too bad. So how many months do we still need to... So it's estimated to be done in about a year. Okay, that's not too bad then. So we'll have a bit more room for Diplo relations, rather. Is there... Oh, that one's pretty valuable. Get that underway. I'm still getting more... So, oh, right, I forgot to check the reputation, didn't I? Or standing in the Federation. So we got high standing. I suppose what we could do is Assembly House, just share the granaries once again. That should give us a bit more standing there, although it's not necessarily enough. But slowly but surely, we're getting to the very high standing range again, hopefully. And I suppose once we annex our vassal over there, that might give us a bit more economic base and all that. So we might be able to start vassalizing a few more of these nations within the Federation. And slowly but surely, we can just, you know, annex all of them. And perhaps we'll be able to get rid of the crisis. If not, then I say that if we could just annex the rest of the Federation peacefully, then I'd say we've done with the goal for the series. But that will take quite a bit of time. Of course, if we increase our... Actually, do we have... We got a lot of... well, no, we've got one Diplo relation available right now. Also spending a lot of Diplo points right now, so that's a bit of a bummer. Is that... That's level 8 right now. Is that one... That's level 10. That's 38. Actually, have a look at the development map mode. Alright, so that would be 8, 10, 13, 11... So looking around, okay, that's 10 as well. That would be 7. So development this one is only livestock in there, so it's not really that important of a resource in there. So there's another thing that we could develop is... No, okay, that's already level 10. That does mean that we could upgrade... No, hold on a minute. It's already level 2, isn't it? Yeah, okay, never mind. So we can't upgrade that one right now. We could start developing it, but it would be not necessarily all that effective. Naval supplies, there's ivory over here. Ooh. Now that could be quite useful to start developing. Right, we've also got money to start making another manufactory, so let's just do that, shall we? Actually, did we? Oh, we got the manufacturing here. Let's build it over there, actually. Well, it was on the list there. But yeah, that's going to be a lot of good money. And if we start... Oh, we've got room for 10 more battalions right now. Of course, once we annex our vassals soon enough, in about half a year, we'll be getting another 12,000 men. So that might be, well, not necessarily an overkill, but something that we can't necessarily increase right now. Is there... Okay, so there's... That one would be a decent bit of extra income. The rest of them I'm not going to bother with right now. But our total income is already 70 ducats per month, so we are getting stronger and stronger. How is the total income? It's only 200 ducats, though. So if we want to get the hegemony thing... was it in... Yeah, over here. So the economic hegemony, we need to have 1,000 ducats monthly income. Although I'm not entirely sure if that's the one that we need to go for. I think the naval hegemon or the military hegemon might be better for us. Oh, there we go. Annexation completed. So that gives us a bit more ships, which, to be fair, could be hunting pirates at our node. For example, then we got these, which we'll just transport over. Are we now over our force limit? A little bit, it's not too bad though. So we'll just grab these. Oh, wrong four. I'm just going to move the army in there then. Then we're going to drop it over here, so we'll have a bit of a spare army over there. That will build up to 30,000 men total, I reckon. We could, of course, get the... Oh, right, the training fields would be a lot of increase, especially places where we already have the level 1. Like down here, 1,500 from that extra, so that would be quite nice. Not that we necessarily need manpower too badly. Adventurers defeat bandits. Excellent. Get a bit more prestige. And then these two can be combined. Right, so if it's if we're going to make this a 30,000 man army... it's going to be 15,000 infantry, 6,000 cavalry, and then the rest is artillery. Wait, no, is that... Hold on a minute, are we already over in the... Oh, yeah, it's a... Okay, it's a bit too much. I mean, maybe we could make this a 40,000 man army then. Although we can't transport that then, in one shipment, but that's alright. Now, is the... Oh, there we go, we can get rid of the... missions in the new lands now. Clergy will not be happy about that, admittedly. But then that is going to allow the max absolution to be slightly higher. Okay, still minus 45, but it's getting us closer there. At least. Now, the sponsor cell source isn't too bad. We can probably keep that in. Advisor cost is something we do want to keep in. The yearly prestige isn't bad. I mean, the national tax modifier reduction is kind of unfortunate. Oh, there we go, base development. Is that now? That's 9 development total. You want to ally me? You know what? Sure. We'll just annex a vassal. How close are you to vassalize? Oh, you're not going to be vassalized by us because we own core provinces and... Actually, they might lose their cores eventually. They will. It's just going to be a very long time. Is there any other trade depots that we need to upgrade? I mean, that is something that we could upgrade to level 3 at one point or another. And we got 70% of the trade power over here now, so we are definitely making a lot of money from this node. Eventually, we are going to move our trade down this way, though, just so that we can shuffle all the trade in there. Or most of the trade in there, at least. But we're not quite there yet. So that will have to wait. We could probably get another... Actually, is there more castles that we could upgrade? Or build? I suppose we could upgrade that one. We've got a bit of extra money, so let's get another manufactory going somewhere. Seems like the iron is definitely a good value. And then we can get the national unrest idea from the plutocratic group there, so that's going to be quite nice. Now, in terms of trade, we don't know Moduk enough to... I suppose, actually, I don't think we'll be able to send a trade from there anyway. There is some trade coming in here from the south, which is why I would like to get in there. Then this one goes down to the Serpent's Spine, or Serpent's Gift, and then goes somewhere in there. So that's not necessarily an option. But I do realize that we are actually out of time for this episode, so if you enjoyed this, please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Also, check out the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye bye.